What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
This election really isn't about the left versus the right. It's about we the people choosing our government and the choice between freedom versus tyranny.
Nobody has a chronic disease burden like we have. Why are we allowing this to happen to our children? Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other.
What is going on here is deeper than politics. It is deeply spiritual. We are being called to rise above the hatred and the fear and the evil.
We need to remember above and beyond that we must love our neighbors, that we must treat other people as we hope to be treated.
You want to be a rebel? You want to be a hippie? You want to stick it to the man? Show up on your college campus and try calling yourself a conservative.
America is going to reach heights that it has never seen before. The future is going to be amazing!
Don't you want healthy children? Don't you want a president that's going to make America healthy again?
I come to you today as a former Democrat. I will be a first-time Trump voter tonight.
The people dreamed this country, and it's the people who are making America great again.
American rock and roll.
American rock and roll. It's election day. Get ready. It's election day. We already got some shenanigans going on in this election. It's ridiculous. How you guys doing? My name is Daris D. McKinney. This is Individual Perspective Podcast. I'm going to be coming on back and forth, doing a lot of coverage today on this on politics and this election. And I hope Trump wins. I hope he pulls this off. We need this win. We need this win. This is enough. It's enough with this destructive craziness of this country and of ourselves and how we even deal with each other. It's too dysfunctional. And we need to get this back in the hands. So men, we got to step up. We have to do. You are never going to be as meaningful as you are today. Men, you're never going to be as meaningful as you are today. For 40 years, we've been allowing this country to go to a matriarchy, and it's not working. Women hate us even more for taking our hands off the steering wheel and leading them into a better environment. So enough is enough. We have to take leadership now. We have to take control. And the first step to even show that we even got it in us to do it, the first step is to vote for Trump. Vote for masculinity. Vote for manhood. It's enough. This is ridiculous. It really is. It's really ridiculous. So let's get back in control, man. Women want us to. They want us to. You get what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. Let me just show y'all some corrupt stuff that's popping off already. Okay?
Your other hand, not daughter-in-law, even though it's hard to separate daughter-in-law as well as being the co-chair of the party. But when you're looking at all the states, which ones have y'all attention on election day?
Well, I'd be lying, Lawrence, if I said anything other than Pennsylvania. Yeah. We already this morning from the RNC had to do a little work with our attorneys because our poll watchers, if you can believe this, and I'm sure people can, were being prevented from entering the buildings in 8 different counties, some of them around Philadelphia, some of them outside of Pittsburgh, where they prevented our poll watchers, our Republican poll watchers, from going in. So we had.
Okay. I clean up the sound a little bit. Sorry about that. So I'm a filmmaker. I want it to be a great presentation for you guys. So let's get some control back on that. Okay. Let's do that again.
They come in.
So, Laura, let's put on your other hat, not daughter-in-law, even though it's hard to separate daughter-in-law as well as being the co-chair of the party. But when you're looking at all the states, which ones have y'all attention on election day?
Well, I'd be lying, Lawrence, if I said anything other than Pennsylvania. Yeah. We already this morning from the RNC had to do a little work with our attorneys because our poll watchers, if you can believe this, and I'm sure people can, were being prevented from entering the buildings in 8 different counties, some of them around Philadelphia, some of them outside of Pittsburgh, where they prevented our poll watchers, our Republican poll watchers, from going in. So we had to act in a moment's notice, and that's why we designed this election integrity operation the way we did, to identify problems and strike at a moment's notice. And all of our poll watchers, I'm happy to report, are in. But look, it's a tight state, and it's a must-win state. And I think, we've seen so much emphasis put in that state. We were there twice yesterday. We did 2 rallies with Donald Trump. Obviously, Kamala Harris was there yesterday. But I got to tell you, we felt a lot of love from people in Pennsylvania yesterday, so we're very optimistic.
Well, you've been on the channel a lot.
Good. Somebody said good. No, it ain't good. They're not good at all. This is terrible.
But look, it's a tight state, and it's a must-win buildings in 8 different counties. Well, I'd be lying, Lawrence, if I said anything other than Pennsylvania. Yeah. We already this morning from the RNC had to do a little work with our attorneys because our poll watchers, if you can believe this, and I'm sure people can, were being prevented from entering the buildings.
Now, check that out. If they had issues that they're having in Pennsylvania right now on election day, that they can't even get the Republican observers into the actual ballot, into the actual polling stations and stuff, polling location, that means we don't have any Republican or RNC watchers over the ballot boxes, the mail-in ballots, and where they're held at. Who's got chain of custody from the ballot drop boxes and the mail-in ballots that's been going on and been accumulated in the millions for the last 2 weeks or so? Who's got chain of custody on that? We don't have a Democrat and a Republican observing that. We got to hold it to a Democrat state. Y'all, first eyeballs and hands and actual observing of the integrity of the election has been on our side, the RNC, the Republicans, is that we just now got people to observe or pretty much watch what's going on today, and we couldn't even get it in, that we had to get lawyers involved to get injunctions. Dude, we're in trouble. We're in trouble already. See this passive shit that Republicans and evangelicals and these Christian piece of shit people are doing is going to make us lose this election. And they got nothing to do with Jesus. They got nothing to do with God. God has given us the ability to protect ourselves, and we're not even doing it. We're trying to be decorum and polite about this, but Democrats doing some shady stuff. You guys understand, Republicans are coming to the polling stations to do their job just as much as Democrats are, and they would not be allowed to be let in. That the Republican National Committee, the DNC got theirs, Democratic Committee, National Committee, and the Republican National Committee. The Republican National Committee had to get their lawyers involved in order to get people that are supposed to be there observing the vote and the integrity of the vote for the Republican Party. They would not allow them in there until they got lawyers involved. Do you understand the damage that was done from the last couple weeks up to today? And to know that we don't even have, the Republicans are taking Democrats' word that they're upholding the vote. There's no factual evidence to show that they are upholding the votes. That's why chain and custody of the actual drop-off boxes and the mail-in boxes has to be in both. It has to be partisan. I mean, it had to be bipartisan, meaning that when anyone touched the ballot boxes, the drop-off ballot boxes, there needs to be a Republican and a Democrat there to watch them pick it up and take it to the location to be observed. And chain of custody needs to be on both sides, Republicans and Democrats. When they take the ballots out of the drop boxes, when they take the mail-in ballots from the U.S. Postal Service, they need to be in chain of custody by both parties. We have no factual evidence that they have done that up until today, where now we have the actual Republicans trying to get into the polling stations today, and they had to get their lawyers involved because the police locations and Democrats didn't allow for them to come into it until they got their lawyers involved. That's ridiculous. And you hear somebody, they fear, they don't want to have the tagline that the Fox News is reporting conspiracy theories. Oh, that's good. No, it ain't good. Listen to this.
In 8 different counties, some this morning from the RNC had to do a little work with our attorneys because our poll watchers, if you can believe this, and I'm sure people can, were being prevented from entering the buildings in 8 different counties, some of them around Philadelphia, some of them outside of Pittsburgh, where they prevented our poll watchers, our Republican poll watchers, from going in. So we had to act in a moment's notice, and that's why we designed this election integrity operation the way we did, to identify problems and strike at a moment's notice. And all of our poll watchers, I'm happy to report, are in. But look, it's a tight state.
Good. No, that's y'all trying to simmer down me being pissed off and voters been pissed off. This is ridiculous. And trust me, it's happening in Michigan too. It's ridiculous. Y'all needed to have these people and fight this stuff way beforehand. Chain of custodies to the drop-off boxes. What is that? I don't know. I got to dig to find it and report it back to you guys about that. Look, I want you guys to understand the reason why I'm tripping like this. For a year and a half, I'm talking about from last year, early last year, to now, there's no data, overwhelming data. There's no micro data to show that Trump is not supposed to win this election. All the actual data, consistent data, the most reliable data and metrics and algorithms show that he is actually supposed to win today. He's absolutely supposed to win today. No matter what the situation was, him in court, him getting shot, him deciding to run for election again, all the data show that he was very highly competitive against Joe Biden and highly competitive against Kamala Harris. There's no metrics, no overwhelming data to show in majority of the overwhelming data of support that he's supposed to win this election. All the data said he's supposed to win this election. I'm mixing up my communication to say there's no data to say that he's supposed to lose. Okay? So all the polling has him overwhelmingly winning. If you just go for the last 3 months, overwhelmingly winning. All the time, very consistent. The only anomaly that could possibly come into play is something that is unforeseeable, that we can't see it. Even if women overwhelmingly vote for her, she's losing black women, she's losing black men. They say that if black people support the Republican ticket, over 14% is no way that the Democrats can win. That's too much of a kneecap to them. Okay? Because the white vote is too split. It's too evenly split. They need that overwhelming minority support from the white community. Additional to that, the Hispanic community is the second largest community in our country. Let's stop fucking around. It is. Y'all know that. Look at the data. They are voting for Trump. 51% of that community is voting for Trump. That's bad. You can't overcome that. In addition, you got over 14% of the black vote going to Trump. So even if he's going at 14 to 30, that's too much. From 1970 to 2020, the black vote been about 8% at the most voting for Republicans. That is 14%. That is going to 20% and possible 30% from all metrics in studying in data showing about this electorate for 2024 elections, showing that he's close to 30% of the black vote. It's over. And that's been consistent for a year and a half. And especially for the last 3 months. It's no overcoming that. So the likelihood of him winning is extremely high. But they want to say, oh, it's tied here, it's tied there. But the polling structures that's consistent and it's actually reliable, the polling data and the polling metrics and the polling outlets that are consistent, that all their pollings are consistent and showing that they actually have a good system and is reliable to the day of vote, are showing consistently he's winning. He's winning all of the actual the swing states. So all of a sudden, we're supposed to see him lose today because of what? The black vote just dropped off. The Hispanic vote just dropped off. The white vote just dropped off for him. The overwhelming white vote will be for the Democrats, but they got suburban moms still voting for Trump. They don't like the economic situation that they're in. That's what the data is telling you. That's what, if you actually go watch people give communication about this, they're actually saying this. It's hard on them. I know that for sure. It's hard out here. It's ridiculous. So that you hear anyone say that, oh, it could go either way. No. Majority of the data says that Trump is supposed to win this election. And when they're actually doing corrupt stuff to the ballot boxes and locations and stopping people from voting because the district person is not there, so happy to be that they show up late, they don't got the right paperwork for a Pacific district that's Republican leaning, dude, how y'all letting this happen? This lady on thing, she's for the RNC, and she's Laura Trump, and she should be covering this. I'm so upset. And Charlie Kirk, I'm pissed at him. Get those people to the ballot boxes. Where's the hundreds of millions of dollars y'all got? Y'all should be having Uber, buses, everything. Lining people up, spend the whole day. Schools are out. People should be calling off of work. Go vote for Trump. This is ridiculous. Look at this. Standing in line at my polling place, poll workers just came out and announced that Anaheim County didn't send the necessary paperwork for two districts at the polling location. So it's 2 districts at that polling location. And one of the necessary officials hasn't showed up yet. They're separating 2 districts, allowing 1 to vote. This is unacceptable. Meaning that at one location, one polling location, they have 2 districts showing up there to vote. One of the people that's supposed to man the other district hasn't showed up. So they only allowing the one district in to vote. So they're stopping and they kind of demoralizing the other precinct. So they just leave, go to work, or do whatever they need to do, and they don't end up coming back. That's what they're doing. That's ridiculous. That's Pennsylvania. It's ridiculous. Unacceptable. It's another one that I want to show you guys too. Give me 1 second. Let me find this video. O'Keefe. Okay. Check this out. This is ridiculous. ridiculous. So much corruption. It's ridiculous. But I'm throwing a red flag right now. It's ridiculous.
James O'Keefe here in North Philadelphia on 5th Street. Right here is the Philadelphia City Commissioner's office the day before Election Day. And across the street is an NGO called Saiba. That's Saiba. And they are telling people to vote. They are telling people that all you need is what's called a TIN number. That's I-TIN number. And you can vote if you're not a citizen of the United States. So we sent an undercover reporter to this NGO right across from the place where people are early voting, and she got confirmation that yes, in fact, she can vote with nothing but an I-TIN number.
Yo sí puedo votar, aunque no sea residente ni ciudadana. Sí.
And then we went into the city commissioner's office to speak to the man who works there, working for the city government, confirming that you only need to be a resident of Philadelphia.
But when I say resident, that means of the entire United States. But you're just worried about Philadelphia. Oh, you don't care about anything else. You just want them to have a resident of Philadelphia. After that, you confirm that, you register. Whether you have a social security number or not, you can vote.
Obviously, it's extremely loud here. Music is very loud. So we're going to go ahead and walk across the street and talk to these people.
Hello! Mira, están jodiendo estos mamados.
Are you
Aquí están jodiendo.
Are you Juliesa? Are you Juliesa?
Ridiculous.
And these people over here across the street are saying that you can vote if you have an I-TIN number. This is the document that they gave us.
Once again,
I-TIN.
I cannot comment because I don't know, no idea.
Ridiculous. That's how bad this is, y'all. That's how bad this is. Now, there are going to be illegal votings in this situation, but we supposed to be making sure that we not allowing that it's already been adjudicated, that the possibility of Philadelphia is allowing illegal voters in there. The possibility of Michigan is allowing illegal voters in there. The possibility of Wisconsin is allowing illegal voters in there. The possibility of Georgia allowing illegal voters in there. The possibility of North Carolina allowing illegal votes in there. The possibility of Arizona allowing legal votes in there. A possibility of Nevada allowing illegal votes in there. And make sure that that's already adjudicated so you can take it up to the Supreme Court. This is illegal. The I-10 number, once they place these people, they give them an address. They give them a state social security card. State ID card. Once they do that, they just put them into the voter rolls. This is ridiculous. I've been talking about this forever. Watch my other episodes. I'm not going so much into this. I'm just telling you guys, there's no way he's supposed to lose this, but it's us giving it away because we don't care about lawsuits. We gotta care and we gotta want Trump and his people to take this all the way to court and don't concede. It's ridiculous. All the data. Poly Market. This is like some kind of betting outlet, and they have him winning, and they say that this is the most accurate situation of what's going to happen in this country. You get what I'm saying? And just how they got his winning, he win in Pennsylvania. It's more likely that he's going to win Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada. That's how the polling have him. So this ain't got nothing to do with polling. This is people actually putting their money on it. This is really highly intellectual data analyst people putting money on this stuff, and then they're actually on the ground saying, hey, this was going to happen in this state. This was going to happen in this state. I put money on it. I put money on it. I put money on it. And this is overall with the data showing that it's the most likely outcome. From the swing states, he's going to win PA, Pennsylvania. He's going to win North Carolina. He's going to win Georgia. He's going to win Arizona. He's going to win Nevada. And they just don't know about Wisconsin because it leans that tight. It's that tight they don't even want to make a judgment. But Michigan don't look like they win and look like we so dumb with letting Detroit do corrupt stuff, and we can't even play that out unless it's an overwhelming support in Michigan for him. And I'm hoping that it's a lot of Trump support in Detroit that they don't know about, and it'll turn it. No matter what, it'll turn it. So this is overwhelming data. It's been like this for about a year and a half now. Okay? I'm going to show you, and that ain't got nothing to do with the polling. Like I said, that ain't got nothing to do with the polling. Let me let you look at another one. Okay? See that? So this is the same thing like the pollings. This is the average of the polling. That he's winning Pennsylvania. He's winning on North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada. Even in this one. Okay? And this is how the data's been at its worst. At its worst. This is how it's been where he's winning literally 287 electorals to her 251. Best case scenario, worst case scenario. And that's consistent. No data. I'm telling you for a year and a half, but I'll be fair and just say the last 3 months show that he's not winning. No data. All the data shows that he's winning and that he's most likely supposed to become winning unless some crazy... It was 75 degrees in Michigan. Everybody coming out to vote. And if it's 75 degrees in Michigan, it sure as hell nice 60 at the least in Pennsylvania. Good weather. And Wisconsin, good weather. It's no excuse today. It actually rained yesterday. Had election day weather yesterday. So I'm telling you, it's the perfect scenario for them to win. The country is pretty warm. It's at 75 degrees in November on election day. This is a rare situation. It's the perfect situation for overwhelming support for Trump and for him to knock this out. Okay? This is crazy. So now we watching, y'all. We watching. I just wanted to come on and give you guys that data and show you what's going on because that's what the situation is, okay? So I'm going to leave it like that. I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm going to be coming in all day today bitching and moaning about this stuff because it's just ridiculous. Charlie Kirk, the RNC got to get off their ass today. I need to know what's up with the ballot boxes. I need to know what's up with the mail-in vote. And I need to know what the chain of custody with the mail-in vote and the ballot boxes are. I need to know what they are because what I'm hearing so far is that they failed in even just getting their people into polling locations on the day of election. It's ridiculous. Okay, I got to go. See you guys in the next one.
What will we do with this moment? How will we be remembered? Look at the opportunities before us.
Sorry about that. That's weird. Wrong clip. How that playing?